Hello, friends. It's great to be back with you again. Let us see what Samartha Ramdas Swami has said in his 147th shloka. फुटे ना तुटे ना चळे ना ढळे ना सदा संचले मी पणे ते कळे ना तया एक रूपासी दुजे न साहे मना संत आनंत शोधून पाहे. Neither does it shatter, nor does it break, neither does it budge, nor does it deviate. It is always there, but we cannot perceive it due to our ego. O my mind, search for that eternal truth which is infinite and uniform, and which does not have anything else similar to it. Samartha Ramdas Swami continues his message to our minds to engage in the search of the eternal truth which is infinite. In the last shloka, he mentioned that nothing in this world lasts forever except for the eternal truth. We need to continue our search for it, and it becomes complex and difficult due to multiple reasons. How to find something when we know it is everywhere but still cannot be identified? We are engrossed in ourselves, our ego, so much that all we look for is with the intent of what is in it for me. With the knowledge that nothing in this world lasts forever, how can we seek that which is out of this world and is infinite, omnipresent, eternal, and non dual? We ourselves will not be able to do it unless we have the guidance from the gurus and saints. We worship various avatars of God or even Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva in many ways. We use their photographs, paintings, and idols made from various metals. The photographs, pictures, paintings may not last forever. They can deteriorate, get torn by mishandling, or fade their colors over time. The idols, being from metal, also can get damaged or broken. But we need to remember that it is the representation of God which is present in that form of photo, painting, picture, or idol. The eternal truth, the supreme reality, the God, cannot be broken, shattered, torn, or destroyed in any way. It is beyond all of that. It is immovable. It does not budge. During the Ganesh festival, we bring Ganesh idol on the first day of the festival. Then we do the Pratisthapana, the induction, during which we make Avahana. We pray the god to come and reside in that idol. And then onwards, every day, we do the puja, the prayers of Lord Ganesh sitting in that idol. When we get or buy the idol, it is an idol made from specific soil. But once we have it in our house and have done the pratisthapana, from that point onwards, it is God in the form of that idol. Then, on the last day of the festival, after the final puja is done, we lift the idol a little bit and move it a little bit to the right, and then do the visarjana, the immersion of the idol. At that point, God, which has come to stay in the idol, leaves that place. The immersion is of the idol made from soil, but Lord Ganesh is always there, formless, eternal, omnipresent. Then we pray him to come again to our home in similar form the next year. Millions of people do this every year, and Lord Ganesh goes to those millions of homes at the same time and is present in everyone's home. And this is going on for thousands of years and will continue forever. Our real quest should be for the search of that supreme reality which is formless, eternal, omnipresent, and non dual. And for that, the starting point is to get rid of our ego. Until and unless we are successful in saying goodbye to our ego, it will not be possible to seek that eternal truth. It is said that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. That single step in this journey of finding the eternal truth is to get rid of our ego. Friends, if you like this explanation, feel free to comment and do like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel A Dialogue with Our Mind. जय जय रघुवीर समर्थ